So here we are in vacant lot stand. This vacant lot in a very disclosed part of the city. You can see the suburban wall there, and so all you can see is all this trash everywhere, this debris. What we plan to do is put these bottles that we continue to collect into these bags here. We'll dig these holes everywhere to bury the bags so it doesn't get stolen. But I don't actually foresee anyone coming back to this trash heap. We're gonna get some weed whackers and kill off all this dead shit. Get some saws to kill off all this dead shit, so all the living stuff, the living tissue can grow. In the meantime, see, this tree is still good to go. Way up there though. So we're gonna grab a ladder and try to saw as much as we can. If you were working with the city, the city crew would have the long ladders or the little lifty crane bucket thing, and you can go up in there and trim everything back. But the tree still looks good. My old boss in the old yard keeping crew with the city once told me that if 60% of a tree still lives, then it still lives. And there's trash everywhere. I don't know what the fuck that is. Some kind of weird thing. Over there, we found a whole bunch of styrofoam and stuff. We're gonna break that shit up. And we're gonna be. And when the time comes, when we go to finally return these bottles back to Bottle Hala, we're going to these bottles here back to Bottle Hala and that in the back there. What we plan to do is all the postcodes that I buried these things into, maybe we won't even have to bury it. Maybe we should. I mean, it's gonna be a large pile, and it's gonna be very noticeable. My treasure's gonna be very, very noticeable and very gankable. What we're gonna try and do is remove some of those lower lying branches where the beetle disease came in. Some of these trees are still good to go. That's an elmy thing. It's an elmy thing over there. Normally, this is what's supposed to happen in nature, anyways. Trees go up, they are fresh, then they start to strangle each other. Which is normal. Then those who survive. Continue to be a vault of carbon. See all this green stuff here is storing carbon. It's their version of flesh. It's their version of skin. And these carbon then bonds with other molecules and stuff. And this could be compost actually, or fire starter. And what happens is those that live get to become carbon storages. Those that die become fire, a fire trap. And also, this is good for kindling too. You just it's good for fire starters. You could go to a river, put this into a nice little triangular shape for fire starters. You put all the papers and all your crappy college papers, your love letters, your rejection job letters, etc., etc. Well, they're all emails now. And then you all put them into a nice round ball of burnables, and then you put all these little sticky sticks, like in a triangular shape, and then you have a fire. So you take all that shit right there. But don't do that because that looks like an anthill. So as you can see, some new stuff is growing, so that's good. This is going to eventually become a super tree, and that's how nature works. That stuff becomes new stuff. But carbon-wise, if this thing catches on fire, then it releases all that shit back into the air, which is natural again, So, but it's good to sometimes it's good to get rid of an eyesore, get rid of all this shit. If I maybe I'll trim this all up, call the local scout group and say that I've trimmed up I've done some guerrilla gardening. Guerrilla gardening. So if you what guerrilla gardening is if you find an empty field somewhere in the city or somewhere anywhere, like on the hippie island I live on, Llama Island in Hong Kong. what we did was we just took over some hills and just planted some trees, and then you trim it back, and there you have a stir stick. So that's nature, urbanized nature. And I'm not going to show you exactly where this is. Going to give you some. I know Bonzo, the Aussie dude, is going to want to stalk me. He's my best fan. He's my best friend. So, but anyways, maybe I just grab a weed whacker, mow all this shit down, and or just at least leave it natural. Let's leave it natural. Come and break all these old dead branches down, saw it off if I can't break it. These thick ones here, and let that tree live. Maybe sow some sage, sow some sweetgrass back here, but that'll be kind of blasphemous though. This is very poisonous area. I wouldn't harvest this area, and who knows what kind of teenager, what kind of crack pipes are back here. This is Suburbia after all. Slumburbia. So we're gonna dig holes, and those holes will become like that guy there, a stump. This stump here. Be a kind of a stump there, and rake up all this Hershey's leaves and styrofoam. Okay, so that's nature. Maybe turn it into my little private grove, and then 20 years later, those turn into zombie trees like this. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna dump this crap. This is the latest load into that bag. It's the very first bag of the new bottle Empire. But I can't put it in the garage because my mom said that it's getting too germy, too diseased. So thank you for watching our show. Have yourselves a lovely evening, and a lovely afternoon in this case. Today is Smiley Cookie Day, so proceeds go to Tim Hortons Smiley Cookie Day, so proceeds go to some local charities of their choice, I guess. The Tim Hortons Foundation, I think, which is camping for kids with disabilities or some kind of terminal illness. He's got a little bug trying to look for stuff here. Maybe I'll plant some perennial flowers. Maybe I'll just dig a flower bed, put some perennial flowers here, and maybe even put a little path. Maybe I'll just put a gurillia. Maybe let's put a bunch of a path here, so they can come into the wander in this area, and they can but the loudness of the suburban cars, you know, if this is a workers' neighborhood, this is a suburban trade person's neighborhood. But anyways, I'm running out of space on this camera, so when it comes time to kind of dig the post holes, I'll do that. I hadn't originally intended to dig a big giant storage pit in the middle there somewhere, in the middle of that field, a big giant storage pit, just like on Age of Empire, you know, the storage pits. But I figured that's just too much work, so let's individually dig the holes, like here. This looks like it's been manually planted. See, it has an indentation. So I'm gonna try and create an indentation hole, and then like I said, when it comes time to actually ow! I just scratched. Oh, I gotta wear thick clothing, long sleeve clothing, because these things will fucking these branches are very fucking sharp. They'll chew me up. I actually got chewed up by a branch while the Esso station's over somewhere very close by, and I trimmed out those bushes, but they were sharp as fuck. See, what happens is over wintertime the snow would. See, normally trees are supposed to be flexible like this. Baby trees are supposed to be flexible like this, and then they harden over the years. They'll encrust into this thing here. Yeah, this tree's still alive, dude. It's autumn, that's why. So that's why it looks. These trees look almost bare. So anyways, they become like broken bone fracture that pops through the skin, and those things are very sharp. And so I gotta watch it and make sure I don't get scarred up like last time. I have a perma scar from that, but that's okay. It just shows that I'm working. It shows that I'm not a stereotypical fat fuck, like fat shaming, like cultures usually say that fat people are lazy and shit. I don't know who the fuck goes into a vacant yard just to clean it up. Who goes into my own yard to clean that up? who goes into, and that's what I plan to do. I plan to, whenever I go camping or go to nature parks, I plan to just find a nice grove of trees, do some guerrilla gardening, plant some, find out what is the usual trees here. We got some pines here, we got some firs there, we got some, I don't know what the fuck that tree is called. I don't know what the hell this tree is called. Got some crazy trees. And this, I know that's birch in the back there. That white-looking skinny dude is a birch, and it's pretty healthy actually. So that's nature. And one of you guys over the Clone game actually called me Jerry Garcia's adopted son. So I'm going to look up his work. I'm going to look up his work and try to be worthy of that moniker, that title of adopted son, because that's what we are, hippies. These artists, this graphical artist, Jerry Garcia was a graphical artist, musician, general hippie, died too young, and this is his legacy. This is his legacy. All of this. So, who knows? Maybe those trees might turn into something healthy. Maybe the indigenous creator spirit, Lord Nappy, might be very happy that we're happy be nappy, or nappy be happy. Nappy is happy. No, happy nappy. Nappy. So, anyways, thank you for watching our show. And ooh, it's a little scratch here. So, anyways, let's get back to work, shall we? And then you'll see me digging holes. And that's my very first of many. What's it? And of course, along the way, I found some trash that needs to be recycled. Some unholy trash needs to be recycled. This one is a bubble wrap, spent bubble wrap. Once again, be recycled. Recycle everything. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Remember, reduce, reduce, recycle. Thank you for watching your show. Have yourselves a lovely evening or a lovely day. Today's a daytime. So, thank you for watching your show. Have yourselves a great day. Like ciao.